Hello my Beatles friends, welcome back to another video. Or shall I say, hi fans of high quality entertainment. This is a catchphrase of the great Canadian Studmuffin. And this is the unusual video for me. I haven't done this video for quite some time actually. This is a contest entry and Larry Graves, Canadian Studmuffin, he has a contest. He's celebrating 20 years on YouTube in February 2026, and I decided, hey, why not? Because I've been watching his channel for like 8 years already, from 2018, and he was one of the 3 guys actually who inspired me of also becoming a YouTuber and making videos on YouTube. So thank you very much for that, Larry. And he asked us to make a list, answer 5 questions. So I decided, hey, why not? I would like to support his channel because he does a great job. He actually has 2 channels, and I'm watching both channels. And like I said, for 8 years already. And yeah, I decided to participate. So first of all, congratulations, Larry, for your anniversary, and I wish you many more years being on YouTube and creating great videos. The first question is, he asks us to shout out 3 favorite channels on YouTube. And first of all, like I said, he and me and Mr. Mayo were actually the very first channels that inspired me creating videos, so I want to shout out to me and Mr. Mayo. His channel is great, and he's one of the first guys that actually breaks the news to the world, to the Beatles world, the music world. So me and Mr. Mayo needs no introduction, and this is the shout out to him. The second channel that I would like to make a shout out is to my friend, my dear friend, Mr. Eli Records from Israel. He's a great channel, and for me this guy is the walking encyclopedia in the Beatles world, so definitely deserves a spot in this video. Go check his channel. And the third third channel that I want to make a shout out is a channel that I discovered relatively recently, like a couple of years ago, Classic Album Review. And I enjoy watching his videos on every topic, on every album, on every box set, on every band, everything. I mean, just very interesting. He gives very deep information and introduction to every video he does. So definitely worth checking out. My favorite bands. That's easy. The Beatles, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Rolling Stones. Those are the bands that I grew up on. First of all, Beatles is the Beatles. It's the first ever band that I listened to. Second of all, Rolling Stones. I listened to them after the Beatles. Then came Queen, because in Soviet Union where I grew up, there was Queen Greatest, and this was officially released, so it was easy to get. Then in Israel, we already moved to Israel. My brother gave me 2 albums, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, and those were the first ever albums that I listened to, and they kind of, brought me into the world of music. So they are my, breakthrough bands. So that's the list. Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Rolling Stones, Queen. No particular order. Actually, there is an order. Beatles, Rolling Stones, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. Okay, so that's that. Question number 3, solo artists. First of all, John Lennon. Why? Because also growing up in Soviet Union, there was Imagine album released officially on Melodia label, so we could listen to this album. So I remember growing up with this album. And same with Paul McCartney, Band on the Run. So we had both albums. So Paul McCartney is my second choice. Another solo artist that I cannot see my life without, Bob Dylan. Growing up on his albums, first 60s albums, and also back Blood on the Tracks and Street Legal and many others. I mean, I can't imagine my youth without Bob Dylan. Another solo artist that I remember listening to as a kid, and I remember disliking him, and I didn't understand him, but now I absolutely love him. Frank Zappa. His albums were for me difficult to understand, but now I love them, like Shake Your Booty and Garage and Apostrophe and Overnight Sensation and Freak Out and all of these albums. I began listening to him relatively late in life, and now they must have in my collection. And the last one, Ronnie James Dio. I adore Ronnie James Dio. I listen to his albums in Rainbow, in Black Sabbath, solo albums, also Elf. And I have to admit that I love everything he does. I mean, I have 5 of his solo albums and I think he's just great. Okay? So that's my 5 solo artists. I mean, there are others as well, but if I have to choose 5, these are the 5. Now there is something to show you, actually. My top 5 favorite albums. So I'm gonna start with the 5th to the 1st. They are in particular order. This is number 5, Aqualung from Jethro Tull. This is one of my 10 favorite albums, one of the 5. So number 5, Aqualung, Jethro Tull. Number 4, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. This is the album that I listened to in Israel for the first time. First album by Pink Floyd, and I remember growing up with this album. Another album, Led Zeppelin 4. This is another album in the 90s that I got in Israel. I got 2 albums by 2 bands, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, Wish You Were Here and Led Zeppelin 4. So I grew up with this album. This is another entry, one of the 5. The absolute masterpiece, the absolute album that will never, never leave my collection, and I can't imagine myself growing up without this album. I learned English partially thanks to this album. This is Jesus Christ Superstar Musical. I mean, I can't imagine my life without this album. This is the first introduction to Ian Gillan of Deep Purple, and I remember listening to this album and I was just blown away. In 1991 was the first time, and I can't imagine my life without this album. And the best album of my life. This album will always hold the number 1 spot in my collection. No doubt, no matter what, nothing will ever beat it. The Beatles' Rubber Soul. This is the best album ever recorded, ever produced by any band, ever. So this is number 1. This is the album, actually, this is the copy that I bought in summer 2000 in Tel Aviv. And this is the very first album that I actually bought with my own money. Woohoo! Not a gift, not a present, not my parents, nothing. My earned money. And the last question, 5th question, is name 2 concerts, the best and the worst concert that you've ever been. This is very easy. First of all, I'm going to start with the worst concert because I want to finish on a good note. The worst concert I've ever been, it was in 2018 in Greece, in Athens, in the Acropolis Amphitheater. It was a Sting concert. It was a disaster. I mean, not the performance. I mean, he was performing all his songs in a duet with Shaggy. I mean, I wanted to listen to Sting because it was a very good atmospheric place. The amphitheater, open air, the lights, the ancient, everything was great. And I thought, Sting would be performing his songs as we know them. But all songs were sung by Shaggy in a rap style. I mean, not that I have anything against rap. Not that I have anything against Shaggy. Don't get me wrong. It's all great. But I think that this style of performing didn't fit Sting's songs. I mean, Sting was all the time on the stage. He was a backing vocal and playing bass. Well, he was singing his songs partially. But I don't think that Shaggy fit into Sting's style. And this kind of performance didn't fit the atmosphere and the evening of the ancient amphitheater in Acropolis in Athens. So I was absolutely disappointed, and I will always consider this concert the worst concert I've ever been to. Okay? And now here comes the good part, which is the best concert that I ever attended. And this has to be Paul McCartney. I mean, over the years, I've seen Paul McCartney 9 times, and I always consider 2016 Düsseldorf to be the best one, but it all changed in December 2024 when I visited in London, and I was there with my mother. I had a ticket for the 19th of December, the last concert, but I was lucky enough to buy a concert the previous night, 18th of December. 18th of October is the day I met him personally. Anyway, 18th of December, and I was there alone without my mother. But the next day, 19th, it was the last concert of the tour. I was there with my mother, and we saw Ronnie Wood, and we saw Ringo Starr with Paul McCartney on the stage. And I was there with my mother. So it was a very unforgettable day, and I fulfilled my dream. I wanted my mother to be on Paul McCartney concert, and finally I did it. So not only she visited Paul McCartney's concert, she also saw 2 Beatles on the stage. So her childhood, youth dream also came true, as it could. All right? So this is my answers to Larry Graves, aka Canadian Studmuffin questions. And this is my entry to his contest. And thank you very much for this contest. And I wish you all the best. And like I said, many years of great videos on YouTube, and I enjoy watching your channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.